The sun is punishing today. So, the walking shit talk part 2. I've been asked not by my viewers, of course, they don't participate in anything, but just people around town. They're like, what made you want to start playing bass, And God, it's fucking windy. And what got me started was when I was about 15, there's this band called Primus that my mom would listen to. And she told me that they sounded weird, specifically because the bass. Like something about the bass just made them sound really weird. And I gave them a listen, and I fell in love with the band instantly because of how weird they sounded. Hold on, there's a car. Like the first song I heard was the first song I heard was My Name Is Mud. And I didn't think anything of it, but then I listened to Too Many Puppies, and that opened my eyes. Like the bass intro, just fucking the bass line, and it just threw me off guard. Then I listened to like John the Fisherman, pretty much their whole first studio album. I listened to it, realized how much I liked them, and then I just started like binge listening to all their albums back to back. This was the same year they put out their 2017 album too, The Desaturating 7, and I was like, what is that sound? Like when I first heard, I didn't really know what a bass was, so I didn't know what my mom was talking about when she said the bass. So I was like, okay, I don't know what that is. But then I listened to them, and then I watched them live on YouTube, of course, and just seeing the way Les Claypool, the bass player and singer, played blew my mind. Like just his unique style of playing and slapping and chords, playing chords on bass too. Just really cool. And so I saw that, and then I watched a guy named Leitner Joe on YouTube who was playing like Primus bass lines, like little medleys of them, like little bitty bits and pieces of random ones he could play. And as I was watching him, I was like, hey, this looks fun as hell. This looks fucking awesome. I want to try that. So one day I walked in my house, and I was like, one day I asked my mom and dad, I was like, hey, can you buy me a bass? And their first response was, no. Hold on, there's a car. Their first response was no. And they were very, like, I was very insistent, I just kept asking and asking and asking. And then they finally got a pretty good lump sum of money. And they bought me one. They bought me like a Glary P bass, so it was on the cheaper side, Nothing fancy, but I love that thing, and I still love it. I've been playing bass for 5 years. 5.5. Started when I was 15. I'm 20 years old. Couldn't be happier with the damn thing. I still have it. I just took the frets out. I took the frets out, filled the gaps with super glue, and then covered the fretboard with super glue and then smoothed it out with sandpaper. So it made me a little fretless bass, and I love it all the same. I learned a shit ton of Primus, and then after a while I started discovering lower tunings, so I started listening to Tool. They play in drop D a lot, like every song is in drop D. So, except for a few weird things where they use alternate tunings. But yeah, so I started playing Tool, and then I started realizing how cool the bass could sound after listening to Tool and Primus. And then I started listening to heavier stuff like Mudvayne and Mastodon, and started discovering lower tunings like drop B, drop C, D standard. I started listening to a band called Death, and they play in D standard. They played in D standard. Started listening to them. That bass was amazing. It's got me through some tough times, you know. And then I got another bass like a year later, 2 years later, and it was like a Cort Action Plus thing, 4-string, and it was active, so it ran on a 9-volt battery. So it had a tone, it had a specific tone that just kind of blew my mind when I first played it. And all I had to do, I saw it, thought it was beautiful in the store I went to, and all I had to do was pick one string. I play with a pick, by the way. I picked one string, and I was like, oh my god, I need this bass. So I bought it, took it home, played the shit out of it. I still have it too. It's been in a few old videos of mine. Then I bought an old PV 5-string, which I sold. It. All I gotta say about that is don't waste your diamonds on a hoe. I love that bass, and I sold it for an idiot. But anyway, I featured it on my channel too. I played my favorite Meshuggah bass lines on there, and my favorite songs in drop C as well. Hold on to the car. God, the wind. Another car. There is a bass I have that I have not featured or shown at all on the channel, I don't think. Maybe pictures of it, but it's a Warwick Corvette 5-string. I've always wanted a Warwick. It took me, like I said, it took me 5 years to get the damn thing. I was 15 swooning for a Warwick Thumb bass, which those things are amazing still, and I still want one. I still want one of them. Beautiful, fucking beautiful. All Warwick bases are fucking beautiful, but that's beside the point. So I got the Corvette base. It's very weird looking. When I first got it, I thought it was kind of odd the way the body was shaped. The body was very small. Hold on, there's a car. Like, hold on. Oh my god, traffic. Anyway, so the body was contoured funny, like the way the Warwick. They don't tell you about this, but when you get a Warwick in person, the bodies are a lot smaller than they appear on videos and shit. So the neck looked huge. Like the neck looked like a beast compared to the body of it. And I was like, oh, this might be a little harder to play. I mean, it's a 5-string, big neck, little body. Might feel weird. Then I put a 9-volt in it. I plugged it up and then just started playing it. And it just felt so nice. Felt really comfy. Actually, the most comfortable bass I've picked up and played. It's got a great tone too. I need to give it new strings. There's a car. I need to get a new set of strings for it. I'll probably do that when I get paid. I don't really know if I should disclose where I work or where I live, but I'm not even gonna bother. I live in the 7th layer of hell, feels like. And I have like the most peaceful job ever. My job feels like my safe haven. All I gotta say is I work with animals. Dead ones. That's horrible. Yeah, I work with dead ones. And bass playing. I wanna start a band so bad. Like I wanna start a band or join one. I was in a band with a friend. Well, I don't know if he sees me as a friend, but I kind of see him as one. I was in a band with him and a few of his friends, and we played a bunch of stuff I didn't like. Like we played a bunch of John Mayer and country, which, you know, if you're local and you're watching me, you'll probably be like, oh, what's the deal with that? I'm a metalhead. I'm a big metalhead. I'm just into the heavy shit. I ain't even that big of a metal head. Like, I'm not a fucking... I listen to a lot of rock and grunge and alternative shit. But I listen to a lot of metal on the side, too. So I'm just... So I just fuck around with heavy shit, and I just kind of don't like John Mayer. It's not a personal thing. It's just I hear people talk about him a lot, and I'm just like, I can't really get into his music. Stop messaging me. Got people blowing my phone up. There's a hawk. There's a hawk. Yeah. And that's how I started playing bass. Or what made me want to, and how it's going now. How it's going now is I try to make music with it, with what I do, but I'm more or less just focused on work. Work's got me all kinds of stressed and busy. Working with all them animals, dead ones. It's starting to cool down. I will tell you this, I live in the South, southern U.S. I will tell you that much. A place where weed isn't legal, and a place where religion kind of runs the place. That I'll tell you. That I can say. Goddamn. Is it like, I've had people ask me what it's like being from here. It's boring. Not much to do. Not much to say. Not much to really talk about. Like at all. There's really nothing special about being here, being from the South. Other than the accent, which either gets laughed at if I'm in another place, or people think it's cool. I've even been told I don't have an accent, but that's from people that are from here. A lot of people from here are like, yeah, man, you don't have an accent. We can't notice it. And then I talk to people from out of state, and they're just like, bro, your accent's thick. With 2 C's, you know? Your accent. They'd be like, you're speaking banjo to me, kid. And I'm just like, huh? The fuck are you talking about? I'm the most Yankee person down here, I think. That's yeah. Even my older brother has a damn accent. I mean, he does it on purpose, I think. But my dad, he's from the Midwest. He moved here when he was a teenager. And his northernness kind of just rubbed off on us. Not my mom. She's still a very traditional, grumpy old woman, but she's not really old. She just acts old. I mean, literally all we can do here, a lot of the youth here, out of boredom, all they do is like drugs and fight. They just do drugs and fight. That's what a lot of the younger kids do, and it bothers me. A generation wasted on idiots, I swear. I hate young people. It's like the pot calling the kettle black, but because I'm 20, you know. But I hate people. Like with a fiery passion. I used to be a people person, and then people ruined it. And then people keep beating the dead horse. I've never been a people person. I've never liked people. I've always been a bit of a loner. Even then, I still have friends and stuff. I kind of want to put them in the YouTube channel, feature them. But there's a few of them that don't want to. They don't want to be on camera and stuff. I understand that. But then there's ones that want to, but I can't find the time or the way to get them on my channel. I can't find a way to feature them or hang out with them. And it sucks. It's bogus. I don't like it. It's annoying. And my YouTube channel ain't making money. So it won't until I get like 1K subs, and I'm not the I don't expect it to. I have no faith that it'll get higher than 50. Maybe 51, 55, maybe. Nothing more. No one really knows me that well. I'm not really liked. Kind of hated. Because I'm different. But yeah, I just don't. I don't see being a YouTuber as a path to my success. It's more of a I'm bored type thing, which you don't hear a lot of YouTubers say at all. At all. Whew. It's hot as fuck out here. Well, if you're cooped up inside all day, of course it's going to be hot outside. I'm a homebody. I don't like leaving the house unless I absolutely have to. So I figured walking is a great way for me to vent and talk about shit. Damn, it's been 23 minutes. Yeah, but I don't know. There's a car. I haven't really been burnt out. It's just timing. My schedule's messed up because of work. And, yeah. Well, I guess that's all I have to say for this one. I'll catch you guys on my next day off.